Good morning, everyone. I thought it was afternoon, but not yet. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. Today we're gonna try saving baby Willow. It was knocked down by the night terror, and I just found it. I got it now, and we're gonna do a couple of updates. Right now it's October 4th of 2021 at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. Here's my first update is my rose cutting. All I did was cut it and stick it. So that's all I did. But right now with the soil being moved around, but you can see it's starting to grow. There's the cut. And I didn't even use no rooting hormone. I just stuck it straight in. So what I'm going to do though is dress it up with some my acid lovers mix, because roses like a little acid in the soil. Not totally acid, but just enough. So all I'm doing is adding some of my fine mix to the top as a top dressing. That's all I'm doing. It's been misting all day today. Nice gentle mist in the air, on and off, but that's good for our trees, especially in the fall now, to get their roots to grow. So all I'm going to do is just gently take the surface tension out of it, and then I'll put it back outside. Just like that. And that'll help with the mist coming in. And we'll get a little bit bigger rock and just put it there for now, just to keep the night terror out. So that's our rose cutting. They work. Now this is my, remember I took back, I can't remember the day, but this is my lemon tree where I put it in a pot, I repotted it, I clipped it, but then it grew about that much, so I clipped it down a second time. It still shot up, so this is the third time I cut it, and now you can see it's starting to just grow, and hopefully it'll bush out more. It'll get more of a nice canopy. So it was a little stubborn little one, but so far so good. Now here is my lemon tree, and here is my Calmodian orange tree. Now I don't know, but I think my soil with the pine bark for them, because they like a bit of an acid soil, the citrus trees, the tree looks a little bit lusher than just the basic soil that I put it in. So now you learn. Try experimenting with different soils, but at least we know something works and turns out nice. So now let's get to baby Willow. Here's how he looks. Nice and long. It kept growing, but look how he was knocked out of the pot. So before we start, we're gonna have to dip and clip, because baby Willow's a little bit top heavy. So I'm gonna take that off there, and then I'm gonna cut it back to here, about the nodes here, because this is way too long and stringy. So I'm just gonna take it at a 45, and that way there we can work with baby Willow. And put that over there. Now let's take it out and check his root system here. Now we're going to use the same pot, because this is going to go outside for the winter time. And I'll show you how I start to do that, but you can see the nice roots. He's still living, he's still good. So all we're going to do is take our my back scratcher. I use it as a small root rake, which turns out fine. Or if you don't have a root rake, use a chopstick. And all you do is just knock the soil out a little bit. See, because we got to try to get his roots to one side, so we can get him to start growing like this instead of like a cascading mix or feature, because Right now, when I put him outside for the winter, he's going to be standing tall. But you can see how he put out a luscious growth of roots here. I cannot believe all the roots here. Really nice. I just got to get all that out. And we're going to use a basic soil on him, 1 part worm castings, 2 parts peat moss, 2 parts sifted perlite, and then we're just going to dust his roots with some Micus and Azus beneficial bacteria to give him a head start here. Just like that. Now we could put it in the same pot like this maybe, and then hopefully we'll get roots to come out through the side here. But right now I have to get all this off. And he's got a nice little root system here. Nice root system. Okay, let me get my scissors and just cut some of these roots back. Just like that. Just like that. And that way there, I'll be able to fit them into the pot a little bit better. Get all our soil out of the way. Let's move that out of the way for now. Let's see if I got my container to put this in. Okay, I'll put it over here just to get rid of it for now. Okay, so here's baby Willow. Now if you see it, all the roots are to the side, and he's got some real fine roots. I mean, they're not quite developed yet, but I'll just get most of the old potting soil out of the way so we can give them a fresh start. And then we're just going to there's one piece of root that's too long. We're just going to cut them back. And that should get them into the pot like that, and to help the roots to start to grow. So we'll put our screen back in. I know the pot's dirty, but it's going to go out for the winter, so it's going to get worse than that. So here's my basic soil mix that I'm going to put in. Let me put that here. And let me get my little measuring cup here. And that's our basic potting mix, so you can see how it looks. And I'm just going to hold the screen down with my finger to get it in. We're going to take some of the surface tension out of this because it's pretty dry. You don't want to put the water on it and to run it out. And we're going to wet the root system real good for baby Willow. Now this way here, you can see his roots. Real good roots, but nothing coming out of the side because of what the night terror did. So we'd have to put him in like this, but you still got some roots on the top. So since we rinsed it off real good, I can take my other shears and just cut this level to get all them top facing roots out of the way. Just like that. And he should fit in the pot just nice. Now before we do anything else, we're going to get our Azus and sprinkle his roots with some Azus to help him get started. Well, if I can get it out. There's my spoon. And we're going to dab all the roots with the azus. And the beneficial bacteria is not a fertilizer. It's going to work hand in hand with the root system symbiotically, so they help each other out with food. So whatever the nutrients the roots can't get out, the beneficial bacteria will help them to get it out. And now we'll take our mikus. And let's see if I can get some of our mikus out. And just dab it on the roots. And don't be afraid to put it inside. Let it sit inside there. Close our bag so we don't contaminate it. There we go. And now let's get our soil mix and put our tree in the middle, our baby willow, and we'll just add some more around it. Our new soil. And then we'll take our chopstick, because our roots are all on one side here, and just smooth it in. Now we're going to take our spray bottle, because this soil is super dry, and this way here it'll help get into the root system better. It's better to do it. You can do it in stages, so you know that your water is into the roots and your whole soil is saturated. And then I'll take my spoon and just add the mix to the top, just like that. There we go. And let's hopefully baby willow will take off. Well, we really don't want to push any new growth, but for now she's settled in good, or he settled in good. And with this nice cool weather we're having and this nice dismal rainy days where it's like a fine mist. Sometimes it rains but not hard, just the misting rain, and it'll help them to grow, just like that. There we go. And now let's see if I can get a bigger rock, because I don't want the night terror to get into knocking them over again, even though I have the sifted perlite in there. Just like that. Now you can see a whole bunch of dieback over here, so all I'm going to do is take my shears and just cut a little bit above, like that. And then we're going to take our lipstick and just seal the wound. Because remember, lipstick is a natural wax. And it'll keep moisture from getting into the branch and to the trunk and rotting it out. Okay, once we got that in, we can put a little of our fine soil mix here. But first I'm letting me get a heavier rock and see what I can put here, because I don't want nothing going into him and uprooting him in any way. Just like that, because he's in there pretty solid, but still just for a little bit of protection. And then we'll just take some fines here and put it in, just like that. Just for now, to keep everything simple so baby Willow can get established here. Just like that, because I don't want the night terror knocking them over. And with this, with the rocks, it should be able to stabilize the pot so it, because it might be a male or a female, can't get in there and start digging and knocking them over. So there we go. Got that all taken care of. I'll just give it a little spritz to get them going. Just like that. And with it raining outside, it's going to be good. This weather is going to be good for him, and he likes water, so I'm going to put him in, get a little cap off. I got some old caps that I saved. They're about that deep, and I'll just fill it with water so he stays well hydrated. There we go. And planning now, I tell you early in the morning or late in the evening. Well, right now it's almost it's going to be cloudy all day, so it's going to be good for him to be out there. So I won't have to house him overnight. There we go. We got a good soaking. The water's coming through. And that's what we need to get him going. So for now, baby Willow, let's hopefully we'll keep the night terror away from him. And he'll survive the winter. But there he is. Now let me put him on the side here. And just move this on the side so I can show you the finished product of everything. Let me just clean off that top there. Let's put him here. So here's baby Willow. Here's our lemon tree from seed. Now this trunk is all natural. I didn't bend it at all. I'm just growing it the way it grows in nature. So if it grows that way, it grows that way. And here's our Calamodian orange. And here's my other lemon tree that I pruned 3 times since July, just to get this scraggly top from growing like it was trying to do. Because if you let them grow, they shoot sky high. And then here's our rose cutting. So don't be afraid to try rose cutting. All I did was put it in some basic soil, stuck it, kept it well watered, put it in the shade, and it rooted. So that's good. So we got another little amazing bonsai tree to start work with in the spring. So enjoy the day today. Today's Monday. I have to hurry up because the camera's beeping red. So it's Monday, comedy night, Abbott and Costello, a nice hot pot of tea, Duffy's Tavern, the Bickersons, Life of Riley, Burns and Ellen, Jack Benny. You take care, everybody, because the red light is blinking and it's telling me it's time to go. Take care.